Good morning, afternoon everyone. Today, we are going to discuss the three economic theories that have shaped our modern world: capitalism, socialism, and communism. We will examine how these theories affect individuals, businesses, and markets. To begin, let's understand the basics of these theories. Diving into the three major economic theories. Capitalism, socialism, and communism is the focus for today. We will cover what makes each system distinct and how they affect individuals, companies, and markets. Let's begin. Understanding the three major economic theories of capitalism, socialism, and communism is essential for the purpose of making informed economic decisions. Each of these theories have been around for centuries, and they all provide a framework to understand how resources are allocated in our economy. Capitalism focuses on the individual's ability to freely own and operate businesses, while socialism and communism emphasize the collective ownership of society and the government's role in coordinating production. Principles and practices which determine how money is earned, managed, and spent vary from one theory to the other. Supply and demand are fundamental to the functioning of markets. When demand for a product is high, its price increases, and when supply is high, the price decreases, allowing the market to balance itself. Nevertheless, in some cases, market failures may occur, leading to negative externalities. For instance, monopolies may charge higher prices than a competitive market, leading to losses in consumer welfare. Consequently, comprehending the market dynamics can help us anticipate market behavior and avoid these failures. Economic problems on a global scale have become an ever more pressing concern. Income inequality, trade disputes, and the climate crisis all require immediate action. Astonishingly, in some countries the richest 1% possess more wealth than the whole world put together, resulting in poverty and the lack of access to basic needs for many. Trade wars have also created disruptions between nations, with defensive measures impacting both producers and consumers. In addition, climate change is a major danger to the planet's well-being and stability. To make progress on these pressing and critical problems, it is essential to come together across countries, groups, and people. For centuries, government intervention has been a major factor in the economies of nations. Different approaches to economic policy range from laissez-faire capitalism to socialist central planning, still causing debate over the appropriate level of government intervention. When considering which type and level of intervention will be most effective, the context and goals need to be taken into account. For instance, Keynesian economics suggests government spending can stimulate demand and boost employment during times of recession. Policymakers must consider the pros and cons of various economic approaches in order to determine which one will help countries achieve their economic objectives. Macroeconomics is a significant area of economics that can grant a comprehensive comprehension of an economy's overall condition and the welfare of the population. We can gain an improved knowledge of the present status of the economy and how it has an effect on firms, persons, and markets by considering indicators like GDP, inflation, and unemployment. For example, a high GDP signifies a powerful economy with high production and income, while soaring inflation can corrode shoppers' buying power and bring about a decrease in their quality of life. In the same way, an elevated unemployment rate can lead to social and economic issues such as poverty and crime. Realizing macroeconomics can help us in formulating a better forthcoming for our economy. Microeconomics is an essential branch of economics which explores the everyday decisions we make that have a ripple effect on the broader economy. It focuses on how individuals and businesses allocate resources and the resulting effects on consumer behavior, production, and market structure. By understanding these dynamics, we can gain insight into why people buy certain products, how firms set prices, and why some industries are more competitive than others. The understanding of microeconomics can help us make better informed decisions and further our economic knowledge. International trade is an essential part of the global economy and is an important driver of economic growth and development around the world. Comparative advantage is a fundamental concept in international trade which highlights the ability of a country to produce certain goods and services more efficiently at a lower opportunity cost than other countries. This allows countries to specialize in producing the goods and services that they are relatively more efficient at and benefit from trading with each other. This specialization can lead to increased productivity, lower costs, and expanded markets. Monetary policy is an essential tool for achieving economic stability and long-term growth. It refers to the actions taken by a central bank to influence the economy through changes in interest rates and the money supply. By adjusting these variables, central banks strive to fulfill their dual mandate of promoting price stability and maximum employment. Interest rates are one of the main levers of monetary policy. Lowering interest rates makes borrowing more affordable and encourages spending and investment, which can stimulate economic activity. On the other hand, increasing interest rates makes borrowing more expensive and can curb economic growth. Moreover, manipulating the money supply can also shape the economic outlook. Central banks can create more money and increase the money supply to stimulate the economy, or reduce the money supply to slow it down. In summary, monetary policies provide a powerful tool for economic management. When used properly, can spur economic growth and improve general economic conditions. Fiscal policy is a vital mechanism governments employ to direct the economy. Keynesianism and supply-side economics are two different concepts of fiscal policy, each with its own advantages and shortcomings. For instance, governments may boost spending on infrastructure projects to trigger economic growth during an economic downturn, or up taxes to curb demand and cool down the economy when inflation is rampant. Nonetheless, fiscal policy should be used with caution, as misjudged utilization or inadequate analysis of external factors may cause undesirable results. Labor markets are a key component of any economy and can have a significant impact on individuals. This section focuses on labor markets and their potential to cause wage disparities, discrimination, exploitation, and inequality. We will discuss wages, employment, and discrimination in the context of labor markets, as well as examine the causes and effects of disparities and offer possible solutions. Our aim is to consider the human implications of labor market concerns and devise methods to create a more equitable society. Environmental economics is an important field of study for assessing the impact of economic activities on the environment. It examines how externalities such as pollution and the depletion of natural resources can influence economic growth and social welfare. Possible solutions to these issues, including regulations, market-based mechanisms, and technological innovation, are also investigated. Understanding the economic costs of environmental degradation is essential in order to reduce its impact and build a more sustainable future. Entrepreneurship and innovation are both major drivers of economic growth and development. Innovation involves developing and executing novel ideas, products, and services that can help raise living standards and generate value. For instance, the creation of the Internet has had a radical effect on the way that people work, communicate, and live. Entrepreneurship, however, involves recognizing and seizing prospects to set up new businesses or enhance current ones. Unfortunately, individual countries and regions are not necessarily always successful at nurturing innovation and entrepreneurship. Factors including access to capital, education and training, intellectual property protection, and regulation can either promote or inhibit the process of innovation and entrepreneurship. Behavioral economics is an intriguing field that focuses on understanding how behaviors and emotions impact our decisions. It investigates cognitive biases and heuristics, like our tendency to overestimate the likelihood of unusual outcomes, and how emotional states affect our choices. One of the major discoveries of behavioral economics is that small changes can have a major effect on people's habits. An illustration of this is the stark difference in participation rates when changing the default option in a retirement plan from opt-in to opt-out. This knowledge has considerable implications for policy-making and public health efforts. In order to shape our future, we must recognize the significance of innovation and technological progress in our economic history. Not only do these advances bring opportunities, but they also have potential negative consequences that must be taken into consideration when making decisions regarding policy. It is crucial to have access to those opportunities brought by growth while simultaneously minimizing the detrimental effects it may have on our environment and societies. Consequently, we must work to make the most of the opportunities that come with technological growth and understanding its potential impacts. Economic forecasting is not an exact science and can be unreliable due to unforeseen events. Despite this, it is an important tool for businesses and governments as it can help to anticipate upcoming economic trends and prepare for potential disruptions. Therefore, when making decisions, it is important to be aware of the limitations of such forecasts and evaluate the accuracy and reliability before relying on them. This is a critical part of responsible decision-making. Slide 18 of 18 focuses on ethics and economics. Economics is not just about numbers and markets, but also raises many important ethical questions. We will look at those questions, such as distributive justice, corporate social responsibility, and environmental ethics, as well as different ethical frameworks and how they inform economic decision-making. Utilitarianism suggests policies should maximize overall happiness, while deontological ethics puts more emphasis on individual rights and duties. Understanding the ethical implications of economics allows us to become more informed and responsible citizens. Thank you for your attention.